Welcome, friends. Today's session we are going to discuss an interesting concept in statistics, correlation. Actually, in data analysis and business modeling lab, we are discussing different parametric and non-parametric tests, where I want to give some key input related to correlation because it's such an interesting concept from a researcher point of view. So, being a management graduate, you must know the basics of correlation. So, this briefing will help you in understanding what is correlation, what are its types, what are its assumptions, and the research questions can be framed based upon correlation while we work out for our research problem. So, please listen right. What is correlation actually? I have an explanation related to correlation. If two or more quantities vary in sympathy so that the movements in one tend to be accompanied by the corresponding movements in others, then they are said to be correlated. Or it can also be explained in this way. Correlation is an analysis of covariation between two or more variables. The correlation coefficient, a value between -1 and +1, you can judge correlation values lies from -1 to +1 and tells how strongly two variables are related to each other. Usually, correlation is used mainly to analyze the strength of the relationship between the variables that are under consideration, and further, it also measures if there is any relationship. To understand clearly, I have explained with this particular chart. The meaning of co is mutual and the meaning of a relation is connected. So we are going to judge or test or check whether the two variables are mutually connected or not, either in a positive way or in a negative way. I have just categorized into two concepts. One is related to positive correlation and another one is related to negative correlation. Whereas x and y are the two variables I have chosen. X, y. So in positive correlation I have taken two categories, and in negative correlation again two categories. Two variables, two categories. In the first category, x and y, x is related to height, y is related to weight, where these two variables conform, since when the height increases, the weight also will increase. This is the first category. And the second category, x variable is income, y variable is expenses. When income decreases, the expenses also will decreases. So this is related to positive correlation. Here the direction of variables either increases or decreases for both the sets, for both the variables. So that's the reason it comes under positive correlation category. Whereas in negative correlation category, the same x and y variable I have taken. For the first category, x denotes the speed, that is the speed of the car or the speed of the bike, whereas y variable denotes the time taken to reach a particular destination. So here, when the speed decreases, automatically the time to reach to the destination increases. So here it is vice versa. When one variable decreases, another variable tends to increase. Same wise for the next example, x, where I have denoted it as height, the height of a place, and y variable is the temperature in that particular area. So where when you go high related to x variable, the temperature will be decreased. When you go to a higher level of place, most probably in a mountain or a hill, the temperature level will be decreased. So here the x variable increases whereas the y variable decreases. That's the reason it have been termed as negative correlation. Hope you can understand the explanation here related to correlation. If two or more quantities vary in sympathy so that the movements in one tend to be accompanied by the corresponding movements in another, then they are said to be correlated. So here we are going to confirm whether it is positively correlated or negatively correlated. Okay. We will discuss now related to positive and negative correlation. The correlation between two variables is said to be positive or direct if an increase or a decrease in one variable corresponds to an increase or a decrease in the other. This is tend to be positive or direct correlation. And related to the negative or inverse correlation, the correlation between two variables is said to be negative or inverse if an increase or a decrease corresponds to a decrease or an increase in the other. So here vice versa, if one variable increase, the other variable decrease. If one variable decrease, another variable increase. So you can get this explanation with the help of this chart. So it have been categorized into positive correlation and negative correlation. Move on to the topic, degree of correlation. So we have to confirm what is the significance related to the degree of correlation. So the degree of intensity of relationship between two variables is measured with coefficient of correlation. It is termed as either degree of correlation or coefficient of correlation. They are just listed here. There exists nearly 5 coefficient of correlation. First, perfect correlation. If the value is near plus or minus 1, then it is said to be a perfect correlation. So when the value after analysis, if we get either plus 1 or minus 1, we can say it is a perfect correlation. The other variable tends to also increase if positive or decrease if negative. The second coefficient of correlation is high degree. So if the coefficient value lies between plus or minus 0.50 and plus or minus 1, then it is said to be a strong correlation. And the third category is moderate degree. If the value lies between plus or minus 0.30 and plus or minus 0.49, then it is said to be a medium correlation or moderate correlation. And low degree, when the value lies below plus or minus 0.29, that is below 0.29, then it is said to be a low degree correlation or small correlation. And we have, if after analysis we reach a value of 0, we can conclude that it doesn't have any correlation. So it is tend to be no correlation. So in order to explain this in a proper way, I am just made it as a table format. You can clearly make use of this table in understanding the positive and negative correlation in coefficient of correlation. Degree of correlation, if it is positive, if it is negative. So perfect, if it is plus 1, it is termed as positive, and if it is negative, it related to minus 1. High degree between 0.50 to 1, and negative between minus 0.50 to minus 1. Moderate between 0.30 to 0.49, whereas negative minus 0.30 to minus 0.49. Low below 0.30 and negative below minus 0.30. And absence, if you want to confirm your researches or the analysis of correlation is absence, you must find a value of 0. So that's related to the degree of correlation for your easy understanding. Now we are going to discuss about the types of correlations. So based upon these 3 types, we are going to discuss the lab work for our data analysis and business modeling lab. First type is Pearson correlation, second type is Kendall rank correlation, and third type is Spearman rank correlation. Out of which now we are going to discuss about Pearson correlation. I will just give a brief related to Pearson correlation, and then we will take a example and work out with the help of Excel data analysis as well as added step as well as manual calculation in order to find or confirm the hypothesis what we have said. First type for this session is Pearson correlation. Pearson or correlation is the most widely used correlation statistic to measure the degree of the relationship between linearly related variables. It comes under a parametric test. So the value here what we find will be denoted as R, small r. There I have just listed out types of research questions of a Pearson correlation where we can examine as a researcher point of view. Is there is a statistically significant relationship between age as measured in years and height measured in inches. So this can be an example for a research question which we can frame related to Pearson correlation. And again another example, is there a relationship between temperature measured in degrees Fahrenheit and ice cream sales measured by income. So with this brief related to correlation and a keynote brief about a Pearson correlation, we are going to work it out a Pearson correlation example with the help of data analysis tool in Excel. Shall we proceed? Guys, I have a problem for you to apply Pearson correlation. The problem goes like this. To measure the relationship between anxiety and test performance, a researcher asked his students to come to the lab 15 minutes before they were to take an exam in his class. The researcher measured the students' heart rates and then matched these scores with their exam performance after they had taken the exam. Use the data below and conduct an hypothesis test for the correlation between anxiety and test performance in the population. Use alpha equal to 0.05, that is the significant level we are going to test. I have the list of students, nearly 14 students have taken, and the heart rate as well as the exam score have been recorded. With this sample, we are going to apply Pearson correlation. And related to this problem, we are going to confirm two things. First confirmation is whether the variables what we have chosen, that is the anxiety and test performance, are positively correlated or negatively correlated. That's the first confirmation. And the second confirmation is whether these two variables have a significant correlation. That is whether it is significantly correlated between anxiety and test performance among students in the population. So based upon these two confirmation, we have set the hypothesis H0 null hypothesis. There is no evidence of a relationship between anxiety and test performance among students. H1 alternative hypothesis, there is evidence of a relationship between anxiety and test performance among the students. And for your convenience, I have just made the calculated value as well as the table value. Also, I have made the degrees of freedom. As you know, for a correlation, the degrees of freedom is n minus 2. In order to confirm our table value, we need degrees of freedom. Here in this problem, the n is 14. That's what the samples we have chosen, and the degrees of freedom is 14 minus 2, 12. So with this, we are going to confirm the hypothesis, right? So here I am going to calculate the R value. As you know, the Pearson correlation is denoted by small r. We are going to find the value of R, that is Pearson correlation value, with the help of a formula, and we are going to work out manually. Two formulas we are going to use. Based upon your convenience, you can choose any one of it. And then we are going to calculate the Pearson correlation for this problem with the help of data analysis tab, what we have used for most of our parametric tests. Again, we are going to confirm the same result of calculation of the R value with the help of add-ins tab Megastat. So this is what we are going to make it now. Please listen to the video lecture. With the simple steps you can calculate Pearson correlation using Excel. Now here, this is the Pearson correlation value we are going to find out. What I am doing, I am just going with an equal to symbol, and I am going to type the first formula, CORREL. CORREL. This is the formula for finding correlation. I am just clicking this. It's asking array 1 and array 2. I am clicking array 1 and I am choosing the heart rate data, giving comma, and then choosing for array 2 the exam score. That's it. Closing the bracket, giving enter. Yes, we have found the value minus 0.4809. This is the value, R value. Okay. By this calculation, we can confirm the first assumption. So the variable anxiety and test performance is negatively correlated. The first assumption have been confirmed. And now we are going to work out another formula in calculating the Pearson correlation value. Again, small r. This formula also you can use it manually, equal to, you type Pearson. You will get, double click. Again it will ask array 1, select heart rate, comma, array 2, select exam score, close the bracket, give enter. So we calculated with the another formula Pearson. Same value, R is minus 0.4809. Confirm it, it is negatively correlated as it bears minus symbol. Okay. Now I am going to use data analysis tab to find the result of Pearson correlation. I am clicking data. I am going for data analysis tab, where we get data analysis tab. Different analysis tools are there. Going to select correlation, giving OK. It's asking the input range. What I am doing, I am just selecting the heart rate as well as the exam score. Since it is grouped by column, yes, it's column, and since I have included heart rate and exam score, I am clicking labels in first row, and I need the output range in this particular cell. I've got the result. For easy understanding, I'm just making as bold. Here I got the value minus 0.4809, which is matchable with the score what you have calculated manually. Okay, so this value have been calculated with the help of data analysis tab. Now the third method, using add-ins Megastat, we are going to confirm whether the same value arrives for R. Now I am going to choose add-ins tab. Here Megastat. Going with different type of tests where I am going to choose correlation regression, out of which I am going to choose correlation matrix. It's asking the input range. What I am going to do, I am just going to select heart rate as well as the exam score. No more addition, giving OK. I'll get the output in the next page. We have derived exam score is minus 0.481. This is our Pearson value. The same we arrived here, both in manually as well as with data analysis tab. And based upon add-ins, you can get the critical value or the table value for 0.05 significant level for two-tail. Plus or minus 5.32 is the table value. Instead of using the table of Pearson correlation, we can use this output also. So with these three methods, I have confirmed the R value for the given problem, and we have confirmed it is negatively correlated. Now we are going to test the hypothesis. Okay, right. Calculated value is minus 0.4809. Minus 0.48. Okay. Now related to the table value, and if we need to find the table value, we need the Pearson correlation table, where again we need the degrees of freedom to degrees of freedom. Already we have calculated, that is 12. Here with the help of degrees of freedom, I am going to confirm with 0.05 significant level is 0.532. And for your kind information, since the given problem and the variables have been confirmed that it is negatively correlated, the table value ranges between minus 0.532 to plus 0.532. So I am just converting here minus 0.532 as the table value. In order to confirm, using Megastat, we have identified 0.05 two-tail. The critical value is plus or minus 0.532. If it is positively correlated, the table value will be 0.532. Since it is negative correlation, it is minus 0.532. Got it? Now we are going to confirm with this calculated value and table value. You know very well that when calculated value is lesser than table value, we accept null hypothesis, and when calculated value is greater than table value, we reject null hypothesis. From this, we can easily confirm the calculated value is greater than the table value. Minus 0.48 is greater than minus 0.532. So here we reject null hypothesis. That means we accept alternative hypothesis. H1, there is evidence of a relationship between anxiety and test performance among students. Right? So the second confirmation we made, the first confirmation is both the variables anxiety and test performance is negatively correlated, and the second confirmation is there is a relationship between anxiety and test performance among students. So by these ways, we can confirm Pearson correlation and we can test the hypothesis. Guys, if you have any queries, please post it, and we will discuss Kendall's rank correlation, that is our second type in correlation, in our next session. Thank you.